So a couple weeks ago, I announced to you guys that I will be doing a Q&A on this channel in celebration of 1,000 subscribers, and I told you guys to ask whatever questions you have for me. So today I'm going to be answering those questions, but before I get into it, I want to thank you guys again for all the support you've been giving me on this channel. It means so much, you have no idea. It was just a month and a half ago that I hit 1,000 subs, and now I'm close to 1,500. It's crazy how fast this channel's growing. I'm gaining so many views, so many subs. It's great. I love each and every one of you. Thanks again. I appreciate you all. But let's get into the Q&A. First question comes from Hyped. What's your favorite Battlefield, and what do you want the new one to be? Well, I said this before on the channel, but my favorite Battlefield of all time, by far, is Battlefield Bad Company 2. It was my first Battlefield, but I still think it's the greatest Battlefield ever made. I just love the maps. I love the overall gameplay and the gunplay and the weapon balancing. It's all great. It's my favorite Battlefield ever made. And I would like the new game to be Battlefield Bad Company 3, but I know that's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be a sequel to Battlefield 4 in the sense that it's going to be another modern military shooter, which I'm okay with because it's been a long time since we've had that, but I don't know. I really prefer Bad Company 3, but if it's a Battlefield 6, if it's a modern military shooter again, I think I'll be okay with that too. And Super Watto wants to know if I can rank all the COD campaigns. I would love to do that, but I haven't actually played all the COD campaigns yet. I never touched a single minute of the single player for Cold War. I still never beat the Modern Warfare campaign. I played like 2 missions of World War II. I'm not really big on Call of Duty campaigns, but maybe I should get back into it. And once I do get all those campaigns done, I might consider doing a ranking video of all the COD campaigns. But I can tell you, of all the Call of Duty campaigns that I have played, Modern Warfare 2 by far is my favorite, and my least favorite, the worst one in my opinion, is Black Ops 3. And then we got a question from Abdi Kabidi. Did you try Black Ops 2 Plutonium on PC yet? Also, are you in school like college or school in general? Well, as far as school goes, I actually am not in school right now because I graduated in May of 2020. I graduated from college. I got my Bachelor of Science in Political Science, which I regret immensely making that choice of picking poli-sci as my major for obvious reasons. Like, if I could go back in time 4 years ago, I would tell myself to pick a different major because politics right now is just so fucking cancerous. I hate it so much. And I realized a little bit too late that I have zero interest in pursuing a career in politics, so my degree is kind of fucking worthless right now. And even though it's been 9 months since I graduated, it still doesn't feel like I did because, well, first of all, the job market is ass and I can't really find a great paying job. And the other thing is, I graduated during the whole pandemic shit, so I never got to say goodbye to my friends. I never got to have that ceremony, so it still feels really weird. It would have been a lot worse if this happened during my senior year of high school because I would have had no prom. I would have had no, like, you know, the cool senior shit that you do in high school. College is just like, it is what it is. You know, you're a fucking grown-ass adult. A lot of people get their degree online anyway, so it really isn't like a huge deal, but I still can't believe this shit's been going on for almost a year. And it's part of the reason why I got this channel going is because I really didn't have anything better to do for a while. So I said, fuck it, let me start a Call of Duty channel playing Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 in 2020, 2021. I couldn't imagine that it would actually be as successful as it is right now. I thought I'd be floating around 100 subs, 200 subs, and that would be like pretty much that would be the end of it. But here I am making a video celebrating 1,000 subs, and I'm actually getting close to 1,500. So it's crazy because I never really expected to get this far, but here we are. And to answer your other question, you also want to know if I've ever tried Black Ops 2 Plutonium. I have not. I'm probably going to make a video very soon playing Plutonium for the first time and giving my thoughts on Black Ops 2 on PC because it's a custom client that pretty much is Black Ops 2 without hackers, without cheaters, so I'm definitely going to check it out. The reason why I haven't done it yet is just because there's a lot of steps in installing it that I'm just not very patient when it comes to time. Like, I don't want to do something that takes a lot of time to set up and it's very complicated. It's a lot easier to just hook up my Xbox, hook up my Elgato, and record gameplays and do commentaries that way. But I'm gonna get around to Black Ops 2 Plutonium. You'll probably see a video on it probably in the next couple weeks, actually, since there's not really much to talk about. I'm not talking about Cold War because that game fucking sucks. So I might as well try out Plutonium because Black Ops 2 is unplayable right now on the Xbox, and I've also heard a lot of good things about it, so we'll see. But that's definitely something I want to do in the future. Then we got a question from Harris. Your thoughts on The Witcher 3, my favorite game ever. Also, what's the favorite game of all time for you? I have actually never played The Witcher 3 before, so here's the thing. I bought all the games. I own The Witcher 1, 2, and 3 on Steam, but I have this, like, really bad fucking OCD problem where if I don't beat the first one and the second one, I can't play the third one yet. I have to play them all in order. And I know a lot of people, they played The Witcher 3 and never played the other ones before, and they still had a really good time with it, but I'm just like, I have that fucking OCD. I have to play all the other games first, and then get to The Witcher 3. But the problem is The Witcher 1 is like some terrible point-and-click thing that it's really hard to power through the whole game. Yeah, that's the reason why I haven't played The Witcher 3 before. I actually own it, but I've never played a single minute of it yet, and I bought it like 3 years ago. I still haven't touched it, so I have to work on that. But I would say my favorite game of all time is probably Fallout 4 because of just how much time I put into it, building settlements, and I'm really into the story and the lore behind Fallout, and it was a really good game. I know a lot of people hated it. Some people consider it to be the worst game in the Fallout series, but it's my favorite game ever. That game got me through so many rough times. I love it so much. So that's probably my favorite game ever. My second favorite game would probably be Star Wars Battlefront 1, which I played so much back in the day on PS2. But yeah, I would say Fallout 4 just because of how much time I put into it with the mods and everything. It was a lot of fun. And then we got Wyatt Freytag. Hey, can you play some COD with fans and subs? I would love to play some Modern Warfare Remastered or Black Ops 4 with you. Yeah, it's definitely something I'm planning on doing because I'm going to start streaming soon. So the plan is, like, let's say I do a Modern Warfare Remastered stream. I ask a few of you guys if you want to party up and we get to play together while we're on stream. That's something I'm definitely going to start doing when I get my live stream set up. And Wyatt also wants to know what's my favorite COD and why. Well, I have to say my favorite COD is definitely Black Ops 1 because it's the most fun I've ever had in any Call of Duty, and I've been playing COD since Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 1 is by far the best COD experience that I've ever had. The best multiplayer, one of the best campaigns, and probably the best zombies. I mean, it's kind of close between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 when we're talking about which game has the best zombies, but Black Ops 1 zombies were amazing, and it was just all around an amazing COD experience. You can't say a lot of bad things about it besides the connection and the lag, but every COD back then had shitty servers because it was peer-to-peer and not dedicated. But besides that, there's nothing you could say that's bad about Black Ops 1. It has the greatest maps in Call of Duty history, the best weapons, and in my opinion, no Call of Duty even comes close to Black Ops 1. It's the best COD of all time. And Oh Right wants to know if I can make a Discord for classic Call of Duty. Yes, I can, and that's exactly what I did just now. Because of your comment, I decided to make a classic Call of Duty Discord server. So there you go. I'm going to leave the link in the description if anyone wants to join. I'm also going to be looking for admins because I'm not going to try to run the whole thing by myself. But that's actually a great idea because it's a way for us to come together as a community and keep the old games alive. And we definitely need that for games like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 where it's so hard to find a fucking game in 2021. It would be so much easier if we could all get together on Discord and set a time and date for us to all get together and play so those servers get populated. I'm thinking it could be a server for every Call of Duty game from the first COD until, I'd say, Black Ops 4. You know, not the newer shit like Cold War and Modern Warfare. But I feel like, I mean, I guess Black Ops 4 is not classic COD, but it's still kind of an older game, so yeah, a lot of games that we're all going to play together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And also, oh right, since you came up with the idea, drop your Discord in the comments down below and I'll make you the first admin. And let's see how much we can grow this community because I think it has a lot of potential that we're all classic COD players coming together against the new shit. So let's see how that goes. Abid Plays 657. What do you think about Cold War zombies? I actually love the zombies in Cold War. I hate the multiplayer, as you guys know. I think it's definitely the second worst multiplayer in COD history, but the zombies was actually the one thing they got right with that game. It's a lot of fucking fun. I'm not sure how I'd rank it yet among the other Call of Duty zombies because we're just getting started with Cold War zombies. We only had like 2 maps so far. There's a third one coming out soon. So we'll see how it goes over time, but so far I'm having a lot of fun with it. I love playing with friends. I love playing it solo. It's just a really good time. It's unfortunate that the multiplayer is not as fun as the zombies. And then we got a question from Coolie Cut. How would you go about searching for a World at War match? I can't find one for my life. My Xbox literally turned off while looking for one. It took hours and I still didn't find one. Well, one way is by joining my new Discord server so we can all get together and play at the same time so that the servers get more populated because World at War, there just aren't a lot of players right now in 2021. It came out almost 13 years ago. But the crazy thing is, Battlefield Bad Company 1 has a lot more players right now on Xbox than World at War, which I still don't understand, but that's where it's at right now. So we as a community just have to come together and keep the game alive, do everything we can to keep it going. But yeah, I would say that just in general though, when it comes to finding a game in World at War, don't bother on weekdays. That game's completely dead. You're better off just trying on Saturdays and Sundays because that seems to be when most people are online. Once you get in and you have a hard time finding a match the next day because sometimes the matchmaking in general is pretty shit, just go to your recent players on Xbox and see if any of them are playing World at War. And it'll be a lot easier, it'll be a lot faster to find a game if you have a recent player that's in a game right now, and you can just join them instead of waiting in a lobby, because that's another thing. Never mind the low player base, but the general matchmaking has been fucked up so much over the years, especially Modern Warfare 3. That game actually has a decent amount of players, but for some reason it's a pain in the ass to actually get connected to a match. So yeah, recent players is definitely my best suggestion, and also we need to stick together and organize a time to actually play at the same time. And then we have Donkey Bread. What do you think of Black Ops 4, and what do you think the COD will be in 2022? Congrats on 1.24k subs. Been watching since 450 subs. Well, first of all, thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. I think Black Ops 4 is a pretty decent game. I'm not going to say it's great or it's bad. It's kind of in the middle. It's definitely a very average Call of Duty. You can tell that Treyarch, they really didn't know what the fuck they were doing, because, I mean, they had the specialist on steroids, but they also trying to kind of make it feel a lot more like Black Ops 2, because it was boots on the ground and everything. So I don't even know what to think of Black Ops 4. It's definitely a lot better than Cold War and Modern Warfare. It's not even close. I mean, people were saying that Black Ops 4 is one of the worst Call of Duty games. It doesn't even deserve to be in the conversation as one of the worst CODs when we had fucking Modern Warfare and Cold War, the two worst games in COD history. But I do have fun with Black Ops 4 here and there. I don't play it as much as World War II and some of the other games that you see on this channel, but still, it's a decent game, especially if you can find a game of bare bones, because without the specialist, the game is a lot more fun. There's a lot less bullshit you have to deal with. And as far as what I think Call of Duty 2022 is going to be, I think it's obviously going to be Modern Warfare 2, meaning it's going to be a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, because it looks like Sledgehammer's making the game this year, so Infinity Ward is next year. I'm probably not going to buy it when it comes out, because the first Modern Warfare was just fucking terrible. It's the worst COD of all time. Why would I want to play the sequel, especially if it has skill-based matchmaking like Modern Warfare and Cold War? That skill-based matchmaking is the worst thing to ever happen to COD, and it needs to die. Probably not going to happen, but that's what's going to take for me to even invest in future Call of Duty games, is to get rid, or at least tone down, the SBMM. And we got a question from Mahir King. Which COD do you think had very high potential being the best COD we've ever gotten? And do you think that a good and playable COD multiplayer will release? Well, this kind of goes into what I was just talking about. I really don't have very high aspirations for the future of Call of Duty. I really don't have a good feeling about the future of the series, especially with skill-based matchmaking. That's the big thing, because it pretty much destroys the idea of Call of Duty being a casual and fun experience when every match is fucking sweaty. So as long as there's skill-based matchmaking, there will never be a good Call of Duty ever again. And as far as which Call of Duty had the most potential of being the best Call of Duty, I would say that it was actually Modern Warfare 2019, because they had this brand new engine, they were rebooting the Modern Warfare series, and they could have made it a great game. And there were really a lot of simple fixes they could have made to make it a much better game than it ended up being. They could have made doors destructible, they could have made Dead Silence a perk, they could have toned down skill-based matchmaking, and it would have been 10 times better than it ended up being. And also, better maps, because they're the worst maps that the Call of Duty series has ever seen. Piccadilly, Euphrates Bridge, Azure Cave, terrible. Garbage. But it definitely had so much potential, but it just couldn't live up to it. It ended up being the worst Call of Duty in history, which is sad, because we love Modern Warfare. We loved playing Modern Warfare back in the day, and for them to reboot it and make it, like, total shit is very disappointing. It really is. But Broom wants to know, have you ever messed around with the Halo franchise? If so, how did you like them? I thought Halo was okay. I was never, like, a huge fan of it. I remember I played it a lot back in the day in junior high school. Me and my friends, after school, we'd party up on 360. We play Halo Reach and Halo Anniversary, but I remember we never played the actual multiplayer. We had so much fun in Forge, playing in the custom maps and just fucking around, and that's really most of the fun I've had in Halo. I never really cared about the actual legit PvP, like Team Slayer or whatever. I'm not a fan of the Halo multiplayer for whatever reason. I'm just not really into it like I am with Call of Duty. And I think that's because Halo's gameplay just feels so rough, and it's a lot more difficult to understand, I guess. Because with Call of Duty, it's pretty straightforward. You create a class, you shoot people, and that's that. But with Halo, you have to, like, time your shots, and you can rocket jump, and you can do all this shit, and you have to know where all the weapons are in the map. I'm just not a fan of that type of gameplay. It's not my thing. Dr. Daniel 316, have you ever played the Max Payne games? If so, what are your thoughts on them? If you haven't played them, I'd highly recommend them. The PC versions are the best versions of them to play, hands down. Max Payne became one of my favorite gaming franchises, and I'm always hoping to see more people who get to experience it and love it like I do. Yeah, I never played a single Max Payne game before. I should definitely check it out, though, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Rockstar usually makes good shit. I don't think they've ever made a bad game before, so maybe I'll give it a chance. Kevin Criswell wants to know, what system do I play on? I'm mostly a PC gamer, so for this channel, I play all my Battlefield games on PC, but I play most of my Call of Duty games on the console, because it's a lot easier to find a match, especially when we're talking about the older CODs, on the Xbox than on the PC. Like Black Ops 1, for example, is almost completely dead on PC. The only servers you'll find are Nuketown 24/7 servers, and I don't want to play that shit. So I play it on Xbox because you'd actually find full lobbies of TDM even with the DLC, which you can't do on PC. So the only reason why I even play on Xbox is pretty much for this YouTube channel, because the whole point of my channel is playing older classic Call of Duty games, and most of those games are a lot more active on Xbox than they are on the PC. But with any other games that I play besides Call of Duty, it's always on PC. So I'm mostly a PC gamer. I do have a PS4, but it's been collecting dust for so many years, I kind of abandoned it when I got my gaming PC, and I don't own a Switch. Fireboy wants me to do a setup tour. No, I don't think so. My room looks like shit. I don't think you guys want to see it. It's pretty much like I just have a gaming PC on a snack table with an Elgato hooked up to my PC, and I play my Xbox on my monitor. So yeah, it's like a whole convoluted setup. It looks like shit. I don't think anyone wants to actually see that, but that's pretty much what it is. Tomas Cruz wants to know, what is the best COD to play nowadays for the OGs? I'll be honest, my first Call of Duty was COD 4, then Black Ops 2. Ever since, I haven't really played Call of Duty until Modern Warfare a couple months ago, and it's not what it used to be. It's disappointing. So my question is, what is the best Call of Duty nowadays for the OG arcade FPS gamer? Yeah, I would say for the OGs, the best Call of Duty to play these days would probably be COD World War II, because there are a lot of players online. You'll still find a server for almost any game mode, not just TDM, but Domination, Search and Destroy, Kill Confirmed. Like, everything is popping still in 2021. So I would say that's the best game for the OG COD players. It actually plays a lot like the older Call of Duty games, so it should feel very familiar to you, and it's definitely going to be a lot less frustrating for you to play than, let's say, Black Ops 4, which has all the specialists. And like you said, Modern Warfare doesn't feel like COD, and Cold War's a pile of shit. So I would definitely go with World War II, because that's the most fun I've had in Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. It's a really good game, and I definitely recommend it. Evangelos Kakanis, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. How old are you, and what do you do for work? I'm 22 years old. I'm gonna be 23 on May 3rd. That's my birthday. I just told you guys earlier on that I graduated college last year, so the age adds up. And as far as what I do for work, it really depends on whatever job I can find. Like, I do odd jobs here and there. I haven't really held a full job since I graduated because of just how awful the economy is. So whatever I find that pays decent money, like I had a nice temporary gig over the summer that paid a lot of money, and I was making good money for a while, but when that ended, I just kept hopping between temporary shit, and, you know, that's really what it is right now. I don't have a permanent job as of right now. It obviously doesn't help that I don't want to do anything with politics, and my degree is in politics. You know, that's definitely hurting me also. But that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I don't really have a career yet, which really sucks, but that's something I have to figure out. Ghost wants to know where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn. That's where I grew up. I'm sure you guys can tell by how much I fucking curse, because in Brooklyn we're not very polite. But I lived in Brooklyn for most of my life. I moved out of Brooklyn, I would say it was around summer of 2018, so 2.5 years ago I left Brooklyn, and now I live in upstate New York. David G, what's your favorite movie? I'm not really much of a movie person, so I'm gonna give you a basic answer. The Godfather. I love that film. It's very fucking long, but it's also really fucking good. So I'm gonna go with that one. King Wyatt Gaming wants to know, what are my PC specs? My graphics card is an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 Super with 8GB of VRAM. My CPU is an Intel i7-8700K, 3.2 GHz, and I have 16GB of DDR4 RAM, as well as a 2TB NVMe SSD. And then we got the last question from Maro Polk. Did you ever play CSGO? What do you think about the game in comparison to Call of Duty? Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of CSGO. I've tried to play it a number of times, and I just fucking hated it. So it's not my thing. I'm sure it's a good game. I'm just not into the gameplay that it has, but I know other people love it. I actually like Valorant a lot, but I hate CSGO. I'm not sure what that's all about, because I heard that CSGO and Valorant are very similar games. So I'm not sure what it is about CSGO that I don't like, but I really don't fucking like it. So definitely don't expect any CSGO content on my channel, because I just don't fuck with that game. But that's pretty much it for the Q&A. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for submitting your questions. Thank you for 1,000 subs. And I'll see you guys later.